Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fallout Roundtable. This is a place where diverse individuals discuss various topics from the Fallout universe. Join us, the conversation has already started.
Welcome to another episode of the Fallout Roundtable. I am your host, Maverick Stone, and today we got a very special episode. Today we are here with Park Crew. We got Jexus. We have got Sassy Lady. We have Romer. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Our featured guests of the evening. We have Silator, Knight Silator. I think I said that wrong.
Sulior?
Sorry if I did.
Me. Sulior, yes.
It is-
Eric Eric, aka Sulior. Hi.
Eric, you sound very silly. Silly.
Hi, everybody.
Is Ciliar, my co-creator, my original partner, Nightsmith.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Nightsmith. Also, you can call me Chris, but it's up to you. Glad to be back.
That's a hell of a lot easier to remember than my screen name.
Yeah, no kidding. I think I'll just go with Eric.
That's completely fine.
Do you want to do socials real quick, bro?
Yeah, I got you. If you like what you see here, why don't you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see all these silly things that we do on camera. If you want to come out at us, why don't you like us and follow us on Twitter at FalloutRTB. And if you want to send us an email, falloutrtb@gmail.com.
So anyway, today's show is going to be all about the music of Fallout. Yes, we are going to talk about our favorite Fallout songs that are spanning through, the Fallout 1 all the way to Fallout 76. And then we're going to share a moment that we had, an experience that we had while one of the songs was playing, or, while we were playing the game, what song was playing that we had this like pivotal experience. And you're going to have to stick around because those are going to be after the break. Anyway, so let's see here. Hey, Romer, why don't you go ahead and start off by sharing your top 3 favorite songs from the Fallout universe, and maybe a little bit of, kind of where they came from.
Oh, Fallout universe. I did 3. Dang it.
That's what it was supposed to be. So that's what I did too.
No, if you look at the original thing that I put out there, I did not say anything about Fallout 3.
Well, my top 3 Fallout 3 songs. Let's see here. It's I'm gonna have to go with the most obvious as my number one is, I don't want to set the world on fire by being Spots.
It's definitely a good one.
It's definitely.
I mean, it was in the trailer for Fallout 3. Just that the one that set for lack of a better term, the one that set E3 on fire.
Mhm.
But and it's very iconic, especially seeing how it's don't set the world on fire, nuclear war, blah blah yada yada.
Just
And
work.
then Civilization, the Bongo 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 song.
Yeah,
love
I don't
that's
know why. I can't help myself when that one comes on.
such a fun song.
It's
Yeah,
so fun and silly.
it's on my list for sure.
I love it.
And and it's like it always seemed to come on during those really tense moments, and I'm just, it's like creeping through, and next thing you
Right.
know, that song comes on. It's like,
Yep.
Going through the elementary school.
You're trying to be super
Exactly,
stealthy. And
yes.
it's like bongo, bongo, bongo. I don't want to leave the Congo. You're like, okay.
So that was that one, and then of course I got to go with Butcher Pete. I mean, just listening, you're like, what the heck is this man talking about?
Right.
Is he talking about cutting people up, or is he talking about something else?
Are these sexual
Yes, he
references
is.
somehow?
right.
It's- yeah, exactly.
Innuendo kind of.
Yeah, right.
It's
yeah.
like, I'm disturbed. Is it supposed to be kind of a tongue in cheek kind of a thing, or is this guy like singing about a psychopath? So, that one was always
I think
just
the part two kind of answered
Yeah,
that for me.
is it old maids and all? Like he didn't care.
Right?
I'm gonna have to actually listen to the part 2. I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
So, but I did have an honorable mention. I heard the song "Anything Goes,"
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and I
a
sat
good
there and
one,
I'm just
too.
like, why is this song so familiar? I cannot figure out why. And then it dawned on me, this is from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Which is
Eh.
funny because Cole Porter is actually from Indiana.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yep.
Cole
hilarious.
Porter actually
it-
has quite a few tracks.
He has a
in
lot
there.
of stuff.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of stuff. I watched a biography on
Him
the
and
other day.
Bob
I was like,
Crosby, they both have a
this-
lot of songs in there.
Bob Crosby, yeah.
But it was hilarious because I'm sitting there thinking like, this is so familiar. And then I probably saw a clip or something like that on YouTube or something like that. I'm just like, oh, that's why. Obviously, she sings the main chorus in English, but the rest of it was in. I'm not even going to try and say what country that was from because I'm probably going to screw it up. So, anyways, an Asian country. There we go. So, but anyways, yes, that would be
So
think
those
we
are your
probably already-
top 3, huh?
top 3 with honorable mention. Yes.
Okay, all right. So hold on. Let me do something real quick. I want to do
I'm
something.
gonna have to go with some other ones now.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to. I mean that's
See how many people put Butcher Pete on their list?
okay. So we got Romer, and your top 3 was Set the World.
Mhm.
Doing some short versions here. Set the World, and then Butcher Pete. Butcher,
I
and
just
then
realized I was on mute. the entire
Civilization.
time.
and what was the last one?
Civilization. Bongo, bongo, bongo. You can just put bongo, 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 and everyone know exactly what you're
Everybody
talking
Yeah,
knows
about.
we'll
that.
know. Yes.
But it is civilization. But yeah.
Okay, so we got
Oh.
yours.
Oh, I'm gonna throw something out there. I don't know if one of the guests that I brought on ages ago. I just
Your brain
keep
just
It's on
shut
the
off.
tip of my tongue. I
I,
know who you're
I,
talking about.
It's so bad because he was also just totally fangirling over her.
He was
at the
so
time.
fangirling.
Yeah,
and it's
he
like,
was.
I,
I remember
I was
that
like,
day.
Shayna or
I keep
Shayla?
having
His
I
brain
got-
shut it off.
I don't think that's it.
That
Shalene.
is, it's Shailene.
That's it.
Shalene. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes,
Shalene,
I
yeah.
had sassy. I had sassy
Mhm.
in my brain the entire time. Like, it's not sassy. What's her name? Shalene.
That's
Yeah.
me.
The honestly,
Yeah,
the
no,
first,
you're kicked off now. You're demoted to guest now.
I guess.
the podcast that I got, when I finally figured out, podcasts are out there for everything, was
Mhm.
after they dropped the Fallout 4 trailer. I was just getting the podcast. I'm like, wonder if there's a Fallout podcast, and I found that Fallout show. That Fallout show?
Mhm.
Is that what it was? Yeah. With
Yeah,
Sassy and stuff. And the opening song is
Not sassy.
Shalene.
Shailene.
Shalene,
I'll
thank
take
you.
the
Sorry.
credit. It's fine.
I'm tired. Give that to me.
They're actually one
Um,
of the first Fallout podcasts I found as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the
First Fallout podcast I found was the Lorecast.
and yeah, I am tired. My brain just dropped everything. I want to say it's not Dean Cain.
I think Bit Trash Riot actually wrote their theme, didn't they?
No, they had wow, somebody go on. I can't, my brain, I'll
It'll come back to you later.
Look at it.
All right, so Maverick, you want to go ahead and give us your top 3 musical picks?
So, in
There it
do
is.
you want a particular order or non-particular order?
Your top 3 choices.
Whatever you want.
Okay, so my first choice is Set the World on Fire. That's number 3. It's number 3 because you just can't. Take Me Home, Country Roads, number 2.
Mhm. Definitely a good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
It is a good one. Especially like this rendition. I like it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Mhm.
And my number 1 is Blue Moon by Frank Sinatra.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Was that Frank?
It was
Yeah,
Frank
there's
Sinatra.
Okay.
it was Frank's version.
Yeah.
There
I
is
just
a
got-
Dean Martin version, but
Yeah, there is a
amazing
different
Frank.
version. But
I had to
Frankie's is
check.
so
I
much
wasn't
better.
totally sure, Like, wait a minute. Well, because there's so much Bob Crosby stuff, and there is like one Bing Crosby song, I think, that's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they used Bob
Somewhere.
Crosby in New Vegas because
No,
they
it was-
used the Rat Pack.
Yeah,
song.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Dean and Bing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is like I know there's some Bing in there, and then I know Bob's like all over 3.
Right.
He's got
And 4.
3 or 4 songs in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like just listening to the music. So,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
anybody who's actually interested in just listening to Fallout music, a recommendation that I would give is actually go to YouTube and type in Atomic Radio Fallout.
Yeah.
And you can get there used to be an old radio station called Atomic Radio that was ran by Preston Harden. And
Mhm.
now Preston actually grabbed all of that music that he had been playing for so long on his radio and turned it into a playlist on YouTube because of DMCA rights and all that kind of
I
stuff.
think it's
He
on
also-
Spotify.
He also made
It
a
is on
mod for
Spotify.
Fallout 4 for Avon
He did.
Radio.
He
Yeah.
did make a
Yeah.
mod for Fallout 4 just recently,
It's
and
good.
he's on Spotify.
Awesome.
It's actually really good.
Yeah,
I've
that
tried
just
it.
throw
He
that
used to
out
have
there.
an app, and that was what they were like. They were
He had that app for years, and it was
Yeah,
actually ran
they
through
caught
like
up to him.
a different company, and then it was like
They
for the
shut it
longest
down.
time they left him alone, and then all of a sudden they said, "Oh, we need to like bother you for thousands of dollars," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Nope, bye."
So he made a playlist on Spotify, and it's really good.
Okay, so now I'm going to turn directions towards one of our guests here. We're going to go ahead and start with Eric. What are your top 3?
Well, I was gonna say I don't want to set the world on fire. And Bango Bango Bongo.
Another vote for
But
civilization.
Well, see, you
Yeah.
can say what you like, because at the end I can go, well, we had
Well-
this many of this one and this many of that one.
the nice thing is there's so much good music that it's completely okay
Oh,
picking other
don't
ones
be
as
like
well.
that. Come
It is hard to
on.
pick.
But there is
Um,
incredible music all through the whole
no.
thing.
Don't
So-
be like that.
I'm gonna go
You
with
gotta
one from
choose
Fallout
3.
4 also, with Good Neighbor, the one done by Linda
Oh,
Carter.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So are you
so-
still putting Set the World in there? Or?
I'll
I
go
gotta
with
put
Bingo
mine at
Bango
3.
Is that
Bongo.
your honorable mention?
Yeah, I'll go with Bingo Bango Bongo.
Okay,
for one of them, and then with 76, let's also go with Ring of Fire. That's a
Oh, that is a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that one. Yeah.
Because that's
So-
another good version too.
yeah.
That's a great
yeah.
version to that song.
Yeah,
But yeah, I thought it was great that well, and also some honorable mentions with the Nuka World DLC with Andrew WK there. But I just I didn't really know up until Fallout 4 that Linda Carter actually could sing. Yeah, she's
I know.
really
I
good.
didn't either.
yeah,
Who
surprise,
knew Wonder
surprise.
Woman could sing?
Not to mention she's an NPC that you can interact with.
And she does
Yeah.
Train, right?
Yeah, she does.
Same
She does Magnolia,
Sit and
in
Dream.
the Third Rail, so she does all those songs,
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
which I think is cool because once you interact with her and you go through whatever that stuff in the Third Rail, then you start hearing her play on the radio station.
Yeah.
You start hearing her songs show up on there.
So
That's kind of cool.
yeah, those are the 3 I'm gonna go with.
Okay. All right. So Sassy, your turn. What do you got?
Boy. I think my all-time favorite is Opus 1. They used it in 76. It's Julie's favorite too. It's not a song. Like it has words, I don't like them. They're stupid, but the version that they use is Tommy Dorsey's version, so no words. Love it. That's my favorite.
So
Um,
Opus 1 from Fallout was it again?
Opus 1, they use it in 76.
Okay.
So Fallout 3 was what got me turned on to listening to big band again. Because I mean, my grandmother used to, have that stuff all the time, and I've always heard it and I liked it. But I mean, that's what got me back into it. So a lot of the stuff that I really like Fox Boogie and stuff like that, those are just big band music. But as far as the songs that I really like to sing along or whatever, I do like all the ones that y'all mentioned, but I have to go with like different stuff. Let's see, in Fallout 4. So Fallout 4 had some really crazy stuff, like Crawl Out Through the Fallout and Rocket
Oh, yeah.
69, just like crazy songs.
The Wanderer.
I love Dear Heart and Gentle People, or yeah, Dear Hearts and Gentle People with Bob Crosby. I love that song. And I think Bing has a version too, but I don't like his version as much.
He does
Yeah,
have a
he
version,
does.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just don't like it as much. But Personality, love. Love Personality. It just cracks me up. Basically telling a woman that, hey, it doesn't matter if you're smart or whatever. If you got personality, that's all that matters. Let's see what else. Anything Goes. That's also a good one. Gosh, let me think.
Okay, so you got the Opus 1. What's
Opus
your
1, Personality.
Okay, so we're going with Personality.
The End of the
Pretty good
World,
song.
maybe.
End of the World. I love that song. Yeah, I'll choose that.
Uranium
That's such a good one.
fever.
Uranium
Yeah,
Fever is good. I mean, there's
that's a
so
fun one.
many good ones. Fallout 3 and Fallout 4
Right?
like just nailed it
Dude,
for me
I
because
actually tend to like just turn it on and listen. Like
that's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
like there's so
the
much there,
They
and it's
nailed it. They had such great songs.
it's our history, so it's like
Yes.
something that you can just dig right back into. So
Right.
I totally understand how hard it is to pick,
Yes.
songs. You know what I mean? It's because I mean I love all of this music. Like
All of it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I mean, I totally I purchased all the songs because you can't just buy like the soundtrack. I mean, you can, but it's the music, it's the background music. It's not this stuff. So I just went down the
Soundtrack,
list
yeah.
and was like all the songs that they
Sound.
used, and I bought all the songs plus other things that I like too. So like I have a
that's why
playlist.
having a like an iTunes account or a Spotify account really plays in hand.
I
'cause
do,
you
but
don't-
I don't pay for Spotify, so I have stupid commercials. So I was like, screw it. I just bought the songs, and then I have.
I've had
podcast
Apple
playlist.
iTunes for so long that like I
Mhm.
can't get rid of it, even if I
Yeah.
wanted to.
The same. So I have
I
it,
just
I
go
can make-
there. I just go.
I
to
make
my,
different playlists, and I've got my 40s playlist, and I play it at work, and everybody loves it. And then in my car, I listen to the 40s station on satellite radio, and then I hear that good stuff on there. And then Preston's always like, "Hey, I think they should add this to Fallout 5," and he'll put a song on there, and I'm like, "That's pretty good." So and then
Yeah, he
I'll-
finds all kinds of really.
he
good
finds
jams.
crazy stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Where on earth are you finding?" Because I mean, I've dug a lot into this stuff, and some things that he drags out of.
He posted something not too long ago where it was a very dirty song from like the
I
20s.
know.
Like, where I didn't even know that existed.
But
Like,
you know what? If you listen to a lot, like I would just go through and listen
Especially
to
the
different
20s and
compilations
30s.
from the
Oh.
40s and stuff, and there's a lot of innuendo from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
was like, they're blatantly saying this without saying, there's a lot of stuff. They were pretty out there in the
Risque.
40s.
Yeah.
So
So, Knight, what are your 3 choices?
My best choice is going to have to be Big Iron from Marty Robbins. I don't want
Yeah,
to set the
that's a good
world
one.
on fire. And my last one, oh man, I just lost. Stars of the Midnight Range by Johnny Bond.
one too. Yeah, see, I could have gone through all the New Vegas stuff because I love
that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't a big deal picking other ones because there's so much good music in
just-
the series.
It's hard to limit it.
What was so you got Big Iron, Stars of the Midnight Range, and what was the other one?
I don't want to set the world on fire. I think that's like one of the most important ones for pretty much most people that have played the new Fallout generation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I would,
agree.
yeah, I would list it too. I just know that it's like already out there, so I wanted to.
For honorable mention, I would probably say My Chrysalis
Like, we should-
Highwayman.
What was that?
My Chrysalis Highwayman, I would probably for an honorable mention.
Okay. All right.
It's just the
so-
sound of freedom. You know what I mean? You get
I
that,
feel
you
like,
get
I
that
feel like
car
we
in the
could just do a
game.
separate episode on.
Well, that's what I thought. If we limit it, because I thought it was for 3. So I listened. I was cleaning out the office on Wednesday, and I just listened to. I let 3 play all day, and was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is easy." And then you're like, all of it, and I was like, "Oh no, too much."
Yeah.
That's how I said it originally.
I swear it was 3.
It's pinned in the thing if you want to look at it. Pinned it there a long time ago.
Mm,
So
got
anyway,
you.
The three that I chose was I of course I picked the ink spots.
Wait,
which
hold
I
on,
don't
hold
wanna
on, hold on. Let me say it. So what are your top three, Jaxus?
Oh, okay. I was like, where's he going with this? So the ink spots with I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire, because it's just it's that one, it's like that
Yeah.
one that
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
everybody's automatically going to recognize, I mean, unless you're somebody who started out playing, Fallout 1, then maybe you're thinking of, the
But
what is
even
it,
so, I mean,
Metallic Monks
how
or
could
something,
you miss like seeing the shot pan out from the TV and then you see like the background of DC destroyed? Like they
Yeah.
played that song with
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you have played Fallout 1. I played with the Fallout round or the Fallout feed. And when you first load the game, the ink spots maybe is what comes on. So ink
Yeah.
spots have been around with the Fallout
Yeah,
series since
they
the
use
beginning.
a lot of Ink Spots music. Yeah.
Well, it could, well, because there's ink spots. There's I Don't Want to Set the World. There's, what was the other one? It was one, maybe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe.
Maybe was another one, and then there was another one also.
And then there's a couple that they do with
I know there's a few
amazing.
others, but I don't. I know I'm sitting here looking at a huge list of their music. So.
It's all over but the crying.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
there we
it.
go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
it's right here in front. And the funny thing is, I find it just as you said that. It's like right above Butcher Pete, part 2. Anyway, so the other one that I picked was Uranium Fever by Elton Britt, or Elon Britt. Elton Britt. Sorry. And then the last one was Crazy He Calls Me by Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
all day.
It just, I just remember walking, down through like different old jacked up cities and stuff and hearing crazy, and it just, and you're in, and I'm expecting to hear Patsy Cline, crazy for feeling so lonely. But the thing is that every time I hear that song, that's where my head goes to begin with. And then it goes into her actual song. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's not the same song, but it's a really cool song. Like it brings back a lot of memories, because my mom used to sing a lot of this stuff in the kitchen while she was cooking when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
one of the things there. But before we start getting into memories and stuff, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And after the break, we're going to jump into some of these memories. All right. Ever wanted to be a content creator but had no clue where to begin? Come join me as I sit down with content creators that have already faced the challenges you're up against, as they discuss the tips and tricks that help them be successful. Here on The Content Creator's Guide, available wherever podcasts can be found. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We are going to get into some of our memories and experiences during the game. Obviously, not everybody's had a prophetic moment while they were like playing the game and have some song that they're going to, oh, there's that time when, Uncle Jed came in the room and, they were playing Uranium Fever and he freaked out and jumped underneath the table, or, maybe not everybody had a moment like that, but everybody's had some sort of moment.
Did
Sounds like
you?
a fun
Because it
moment,
sounds
though.
vaguely, really personal.
Did
Very specific.
I don't know. I just made that up. I'm good
this song takes me back.
I'm good at telling
Oh my
stories. It's
God.
kind of something I do, Anyway, so Maverick, before you fade away on me there while you're trying to shove your nose into your top of your forehead, do you want to go ahead and share your moment before you end up passing out on this hotel mattress you're laying on?
Yeah.
Feel it.
Sorry, my butt was starting to hurt. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Well, you asked, sort
Gotta
of.
get a cushion.
Didn't really.
Okay. Anyway, story.
Does your butt hurt tonight?
So one of the memories was from Take Me Home Country Road, when the trailer first came out. It was I don't remember exactly the day or whatever, but it was one of the things that really got me into 76. Even after everyone was saying that sucked and everything, just because of that song, it was just Really cool.
All right. Well, so I'll move
Yeah.
on to me because mine's kind of a moment. My first real introduction to Fallout universe was a friend of mine had introduced the game to me, my friend Norman, and he had bought the game for me and brought it over to the house. And some of you have already heard my story in regards to my friend Norman. He's no longer with us. He passed. And it was kind of a really good experience. So the first time that I sat there and they started the game up, we start hearing, I don't want to set the world on fire. It comes up over the thing, and I can see the inside of the bus and all the little knickknacks and the screen, and just the contrast between this slightly whimsical song about a profession of love, and then you have this gritty background of this tense moment that you can see is actually kind of unfolding in front of you. The two contrasts together really had an experience that I can't really put into really good words. That I felt really moved by that, at that time, and obviously I didn't know my friend was going to die or anything. And it has more meaning to me now, obviously. But at that time, I was still gripped by that moment because it was so interesting to have those different contrasts happening at the same time in the game. And I think that's what a lot of people get from it, is the fact that it's got that kind of whimsical feel to it, and then it's that gritty background that really, because Fallout 3, no other one of their games other than like Fallout 1 really had that feeling to it that I felt, because Fallout 1 was very dark and gritty, but the music kind of was almost Diablo 1-ish as far as how it kind of fit that, you know what I mean? It kind of it put you into that environment, because that music's very dark and gritty with the metallic monks and stuff like that. I don't remember the name exactly. I'll probably screw that up, but
Brotherhood of Steel.
No, it was the music that was like in that one.
Okay.
I think it's called like Metallic Monks or something like that. I think Knight said something about it. I think he got the name right, but but that moment when I was just having that experience, and having that experience with my friend Norman, who introduced the game to me, it was a very memorable moment. And obviously I draw back on that moment probably more than I should, because I've never really gotten over my friend's death that much. He was my best friend, so it really had an impact on me. And that was what I meant by prophetic moments in your life. To move on to more light things, somebody else, how about Eric? You got a moment you had with the game?
I mean, nothing really profound or anything really sticks
that's
in my
why I was
head,
like,
but,
get me out of the way here.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's something that happened recently. If you know my gameplay style, I love explosions. I'll just go around blowing cars up for the fun of it, but
I randomly shoot cars.
it's a lot of fun.
I accidentally shoot cars.
Accidentally.
Yes.
No, I never
somebody
do it
got
accidentally. I always
that.
do it on purpose. But I was at my camp in 76, and there were some the cargo bot along with the vertibirds, and I was of course shooting them down, get the hell off my lawn. And the song "I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire" was playing, and it like timed almost perfectly to where the vertibird blew up right when it, I don't want to set the world on fire, boom. And so that was fun. But yeah, I mean, like you were saying, the music is all like the game, like you can do some pretty horrendous things in the game, and there's some really like awful stuff that happens in the Fallout world. And then you get songs like Bingo Bango Bongo and what was the Cole Portal? Anything Goes and things like that. So plus, yeah, there's some really great humor in the game, or in all of the series. So
it's dark humor at its finest.
Exactly.
I think that's what brought Chad, pleasure out of it, because and ironically, Chad's the first of the podcasts that I came across with the 76 universe or with the Fallout universe.
Yeah,
That's what pulled
for
me
sure.
into all of this, was actually listening to Chad,
Yeah.
the 76 podcast. And
Yep.
I was like, ooh, what's next? What's next? And then that's how I got into, that's where I kind of stumbled my way into the Robots Radio.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I remember Ken guested before the network even got going, and then once the network got going, he was one of the first ones that joined.
Yeah.
And then now we've got like Modus Files, which I think both of us, like actually three of us, are a part of.
Yeah.
I play a few characters. I know you do, and Dawn does as well.
I do like 3, I think.
I think I'm up to 3 myself
Yeah.
now too. So one of them's dead, so you won't be seeing that one again.
All of mine are dead except for one.
I play a bunch of just people that pass in the night, and then Meg
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
running back. So.
you can't kill Meg off. Come on.
I mean, he could. Don't put it past Lawrence.
Yeah,
I mean, they killed Beckett off. So
He killed Beckett, so
yeah, they killed me.
don't put it past him.
I got killed by Lilith a few episodes ago once. That was fun.
Well, that was
That ought to be interesting because I'm sure she chowed down on your poor little bones.
I managed to shoot her too, so there's that.
She was
I got
mad
a
at you.
shot off.
Oh, she kept attacking me after I was already dead, so just
So-
to get back at me.
So we don't go too
Overkill.
far on. Let's see, where are we
Yeah,
at?
sorry.
We got me, Sassy went, right? No, it was Maverick. Let's go with Sassy. Sassy, what was your experience?
So the one that came to mind was do you guys remember Andale from Fallout 3? Where you
Yeah.
go to this really nice little neighborhood. The houses are really nice.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. And there's the guy
people
shooting
are,
at
like,
you from the
creepy
roof. and-
nice. And you
Uh,
find
They,
out
they
why they're
appear to be
creepy
really nice. Yeah, because
Because they're having you for dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
They're having
yeah.
you for dinner. Literally.
They tried to at least, yeah.
Yeah. So weirdly, as after I killed them all and I'm, checking out the basement that you couldn't go into until after you killed them. Butcher Pete comes on and I'm like, is this
Perfect.
just a coincidence or is this like triggered like when you're investigating the basement?
You walk down the steps and the game's got like a little trigger on it.
Right, I'm
hit the
like-
third step. All right.
Yeah,
Butcher
they're like,
Pete.
time to play the song. And I was like, holy crap, that's just bizarre.
Whacking and slapping him.
Some nice flank steak going.
They were doing. And there's, of course, all those things hanging in the basement. It was like, bleh. And you open up the fridge and it's like mystery meat. And you're like, no, it's not a mystery.
Iguana bits.
Not a mystery.
It's either
and
Joe
then
or
that-
Jed. I don't know.
Do you remember the song Tickled Pink? I'm
Yes.
Pink. Okay, it was such a good song. And then you were talking about these like whimsical little songs that are playing when you're doing like horrendous
At the
things.
wrong moment. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my memory from that song is like I was just like murdering people when this song was
That's
on.
Jack
It was-
Chandelin.
Yeah.
That song. I'm tickled pink. Yeah.
And that, and that would happen a lot with a lot of those songs because you're just murdering people and I'm singing along, like bang bang bongo, it's like you're just singing along, you die. It's just a weird juxtaposition. It's like
I remember killing a bunch of vampires up on the top of
Yeah.
the freeway, and
Uh-huh.
Airfu, right? Or no,
Yeah.
not Airfu. I know what you mean though. One of the kids there is from Airfu.
yeah. Well, yeah, one of the kids that got
you had to
suckered into-
find
he
Yeah.
got suckered. Yeah, you had to go find him.
and you had to try and bring him back or something.
So, Knight, what about you, buddy? What do you got? Silence.
Who? Me?
Yeah, wakey
Yep.
wakey,
You.
eggs and bacon. Yep.
Chris.
I didn't hear. I thought you were talking to somebody else. My mistake.
No, he just
you're good.
Okay, so my first choice was Big Iron. Big Iron was like I think one of the first songs that you hear in New Vegas. I think when you walk into Chet's little general store.
Mhm.
So my personal memory with this was I went to go visit my grandfather, and I decided, I'll play some of the songs, and he just started jamming to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this came out when you were a kid. He's like, oh yeah, I love Marty Robbins,
Oh my
and he was in
God.
high
And
school.
you're like,
so-
that's Marty Robbins, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
he's like Big Iron. I'm like, oh, that's great because he grew up
Oh,
in the
that's
Southwest,
awesome.
so that was one of those things where that was a pretty cool moment.
Well,
Something I'm playing a silly video game, and this is a shared experience that I have with a grandparent that
Grandpa's
goes
favorite
back.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
I don't want to set the world on fire. That one seems to be everybody's favorite. My personal connection is that I had that song for my wife's ringtone. So when she would call me, that's the song I would hear. Let's
That's
see,
kinda
and
sweet.
then Night on the Midnight Range. That one I feel really good. I do travel to Vegas once a year for an industry show, and it's always dark. And it's nice that when you go out there in the desert and you're driving around, and you just see all the stars, especially when you get outside the city lights. And I've been to Good
Mhm.
Springs a couple times. It's 8 o'clock at night. You see all the stars, and you can see the Milky Way when you get up to the Cemetery Hill, and that's my personal connection to that song.
Well, you should be showing up to the Good Springs in November on the 11th and the 12th.
I
but-
wish,
Mm.
but I have another trip planned out in the European continent that I can't
Oh.
miss. So
Well, yeah,
maybe next year.
that would be cool. It would be nice.
I
to
mean, it's not that far, you know.
yeah,
From
well,
Europe?
yeah, but
No,
if
no,
he's
no.
in the European continent, it is
Yeah.
that
Europe,
far.
yeah, it's just a little hop across the
A little
water.
bit, yeah.
Just
Well,
fast travel. Just
on
fast
the other side
travel.
of
You
the
know,
right.
you'll be there in no
That's what I
time.
want.
I'll be there in
Give me Castro.
January, so it's not too bad.
All right, Romer. So to kind of wrap things up, what is your personal life experience that you've had with the Fallout song of your choice?
Well, I went different. I thought differently of what's, moment in the game, not in like real life. Cause I mean, real life, it's just like, I love the big band music and stuff. And, even, just the instrumental stuff, big band music and stuff,
Mhm.
and it just, I love Christmas music, but I love the older Christmas music, like the stuff from like like
I'm
I
dreaming
absolutely
of a white Christmas.
exactly
Bing
I
Crosby,
love
yeah.
White Christmas and
Yeah.
the movie, the soundtrack, everything about it. I absolutely love
figured.
it.
Yeah.
And then like getting into Fallout and having that era music and stuff, and it just I don't know, I just love it all together. But where my brain went with all of this was like an experience in the game, like perfectly timed and everything and stuff like that. Fallout 3, my most cherished moment, just because of how freaking terrifying it is, the Dunwich building.
Uh-huh.
And for whatever reason, I had music off when I went into the Dunwich building. And I get in there and I'm exploring in all the weird flashbacks and the ghouls and just the atmosphere, the music, the atmospheric music that's playing whenever you're exploring a building and
Mhm.
stuff, just that eerie kind of, and I sat and I was so creeped out. I was like, okay, I've got to put something on just to kill the atmosphere. And I turn on the radio, and of course, Butcher Pete is going on, hacking and whacking
Oh,
and
yeah.
slashing
Big
and stuff.
Planet.
And I'm just like, of course, why wouldn't this song be being played when you're in a horror building, kind of thing and stuff. And it's always just stuck with me, just perfect timing and just the atmosphere and stuff like that. But yeah, that's
Think
just
about a serial killer while you're going to a creepy building.
yeah.
Well,
So
that's cool. Everybody, so you've heard ours. Now we get to hear from you guys. So if you
Yeah.
guys get a chance, you guys can find us on YouTube, or you can find us on Twitter. And yes, I know it's not called Twitter anymore. It's called X. We're
It
calling it
always will
Twitter.
be.
It will
Just
always
calling
be
it Twitter.
Twitter.
We're just calling it Twitter, okay? So you can go to at Fallout RTB at Fallout RTB on Why am I trying to say iTunes? On Twitter, or you can send us an email at followrtb@gmail.com and send us an email. Let us know what your experiences were, what songs you liked. We'd really love to hear from you guys. And maybe we'll do another episode, bring some people on, and they can share their experiences and the things that they've gotten from the video game and the music that they had and how it had a, some had a prophetic moment, some had a crazy moment in the game. It doesn't really matter, which kind or whatever it is. And, don't overthink it. Just go with it. Either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. I guarantee it. Just like we had a lot of fun today. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. Everybody say good night. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.